The Kansas City Chiefs might have a new dream team receiver combo. Let's go. What is up, Chiefs fans? This is Carlton Flowers, and I am back in your face with the Family Sports Network. And today, boy, we have got to get caught up and talk about the receivers room and our draft day golden grab. I'm so excited about this because this guy that we just got is the one that I was hoping and praying for and crossing my fingers that we would get to add him to this roster. So we're going to talk about the draft, talk about our new player, and why I think that we could have the new the dream team, the new combo dual dream team receivers that could shock the NFL. So we're going to talk about that, and then we're going to discuss what we might see in the wide receivers room as far as how players are going to be used in this upcoming 2024 season. And then we're going to take a look back at some of the former speedsters as we dream about what could happen with our man that we just snagged in the first round, where the Chiefs moved up from spot number 32, switching out with the hapless Buffalo Bills, the Bungalow Bills, to move up to 28 and snag Xavier Worthy from the University of Texas. Yes, my nephew LJ, shout out to LJ. My brother told me that he just about fell off the couch and was jumping up and down and screaming with joy, because this was the player that my future NFL star, I'm calling it right now, you're going to be hearing the name LJ Flowers. Mark my words. This little kid is a Barry Sanders in the making. But anyway, this is the player that LJ wanted to see picked by the Chiefs, just like me. So now here's what's interesting. Let's just jump over here to the desktop and take a look here. We're going to check out the actual video here in a second. But first, let me share with you some of the things that Xavier said. So when interviewed, he said, everybody's dream is to play with Patrick Mahomes, the GOAT, probably one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Now, don't go crazy. I know somebody's going to post in the comments, Tom Brady is the GOAT. I know Tom Brady is the GOAT. So future GOAT Patrick Mahomes. Anyway, he said that everybody's dream is to play with Patrick Mahomes, probably one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. And then Worthy goes on to say, I've been calling it, been saying it since the beginning of last season. I'm going to the Chiefs. Now that's amazing that he's been saying it since the beginning of last season, and here his vision came true. So everybody thought the NFL was never going to let the Chiefs get to me, but I'm here. I'm excited just to be able to play with Pat. Now that's pretty awesome. I love it. I totally love it. So during the combine, of course, we know that our guy broke the NFL scouting combine record with a 4.21 40-yard dash. So he's a speedster. He is burning it up, and that's, man, this is what I'm so excited about. That's what we need. We need to add the speed. We've got a need for speed, and now we get to have it again. Now, will he turn out to be like some of our previous speed demons that I'm going to talk about? I don't know. But at any rate, he's only 5'11", and he's pretty skinny, 165 pounds, but the guy is tough as nails. And hey, I think we can put some meat on his bones. He's young. He's 21 years old? I think he only played 3 seasons in college, so he's got a ways to go. But let's jump over here and just watch the video. Let's relive the moment here on the NFL website and check out the pick.
As his wish comes true. The floor is yours, Justin. Go get him, baby.
The Buffalo Bills have traded the 28th pick to the Kansas City Chiefs. With the 28th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the back-to-back Super Bowl champions, Kansas City Chiefs, select Xavier Worthy.
Oh, yeah.
And it's only fitting that the 20th offensive player of this first round, breaking a record for most offensive players taken in a first round, and that record is set by the guy who broke the record for the fastest 40 at a combine, and he's joining the Chiefs.
Oh,
look out.
This might not be the last record he breaks when you put him with Patrick Mahomes. Instant speed, that 4.21 all-time great in terms of that number, and watch how fast he is on a field of fast players at Alabama. This is the game that jumped out to me. The ability to get down the field, track the ball over your shoulder, almost like Willie Mays, but then also be able to run routes. This is where the Deshaun Jackson comparison and the Tank Dell comparison, undersized, explosive players, but they're also excellent route runners. And Worthy has the toughness. That shows up with the ball in his hands. It also shows up as a returner. Don't forget also, you've got the connection. Andy Reid, BYU, Steve Sarkisian, they are very close. He will know everything about this kid that he's bringing into his building.
I just think about the creativity as well in the play calling.
Outstanding. Okay, let's pause that and jump back here to the studio. So I'm excited. That's awesome. They made the right pick at the right time, and maybe this is going to be three-peat season. Maybe so. Maybe we've got our dream team combination. So I think, like I said, he's skinny, he's wiry, but he's tough. And as long as they don't put him in situations where he gets mowed over, I think he's going to work out well. And they just need to get him beefed up, get him fattened up a little bit, feed the boys some cornbread and some collard greens, fatten him up. He'll be good to go. Don't make him too big, though, because we don't want to sacrifice that speed. Now, I like what Coach Reid has to say about this player. So Coach Reid said that he's got great football instincts, and he's a tremendous worker, a hard worker. So work ethic is going to be important coming into that rookie season, and this could fill the gap. You know, if he's a hard worker and he can come in and make an immediate impact, this might fill that gap that we need, that we have with Rashee Rice in trouble, because we know that, I guess people are saying now that maybe it'll only be 3 or 4 games. I was thinking 8 games or more, or maybe an entire season. But conventional wisdom now is saying that it's only going to be about 3 or 4 games. So that's good. And I still hope that Rashee Rice has learned his lesson, that he settles down and grows up, because what he did was stupid. Risking people's lives racing on the highway, not good. So I'm praying that Rashee Rice gets his head on straight and that he grows up. Okay, so adding Xavier to Hollywood Brown. Now, can you imagine? This is what I like about the idea of these two, and why I call them the potential dream team combo. They were talking about using Hollywood Brown as the deep threat, like the Tyreek Hill, take the top off of the defense deep threat. But that's not primarily how he was used. He's all over the field. He has some deep passes. We talked about that in the last video when we broke the news. But since you have a deep threat with a 4.21 speed now, you can let him stretch the field, which is going to do what? Open up the rest of the field for the rest of the receiving core. Now, as creative as Hollywood Brown is, can you imagine what's going to happen when those D-backs have to go chasing Xavier down the field as he's blazing a 4.21? It's going to allow Hollywood to clown. Brown is about to clown, okay? So I think we will see more receivers open, because now we're stretching the field. We've spent, 2 seasons without that field stretching player. We adjusted. It was rough. We had tons of drops, but we made it. So imagine what they're going to look like now that we can stretch the field. Oh man, this is going to be great. Okay, so like I said, he should be able to hit the ground running and contribute right away. He's a fast learner and a hard worker. And then I like what Veach says. Veach says that this will make life easier for Travis Kelce and Rashee Rice when he comes back, of course. And I tell you what, if you've got Xavier stretching the field, you got Hollywood Brown out there clowning, doing whatever he wants, breaking ankles, juking, and jumping, okay? Travis Kelce is going to be left to run wild. Can you imagine Travis Kelce doing his ad-lib, doing whatever he wants, making up his plays, when he's got more ability where they're not going to be able to double team him because you got a speed demon that can get down to the end zone and cause a deep threat. You got another man who can juke you out of your draws, okay? Travis Kelce is going to run wild. It's going to be nuts. And then what I think we're going to see happen when Rashee Rice comes back, I kind of see him now really fulfilling that Juju Smith-Schuster role, okay? The tough guy that is going to run those routes over the middle. And that's going to be important because it will ease up on how many times that we will have to see Travis Kelce dominating the midfield. Okay, Rashee Rice, he's got the speed. He had some deep passes, but he's not the real deal deep threat. He is a very talented receiver. But I think that now he can focus in on being that tough guy that is dominating the middle of the field. So look at this formula, guys. We got the speed demon racing down the field. We got a tough guy covering the middle. We got another Hall of Fame tight end who can cover the middle. And then you've got Hollywood Brown, one of the most talented receivers in the NFL, who I think is going to have his breakout season because we're matching him up with the future Hall of Fame quarterback in Patrick Mahomes. Now, whatever I said in that video before we got the ugly news about Rashee Rice, when we had Brown added, I think we can double that. I think that this is going to be a shocking breakout season. So whatever I said in that last receivers update, you could double it. You can double it. I said it right here and right now. We're going to have a breakout season, and Patrick Mahomes, they're not going to be sitting there dogging him out saying all he's doing is dinking and dunking. Pat is going to be able to put that strong arm back into play on the deep field passes. And he's going to be running cross field and throwing cross body to the other side, and he'll be able to take that ball deep. He's going to be able to have a creative season like he did when we had the former Speed Demon. Speaking of, let's take a look back in history. The former Chief Speedsters. We had Deshaun Jackson, guys. We had Jeremy Maclin. We had Tyreek Hill, the Cheetah. And now, finally, we have a chance to possibly put the fourth person on that list for speed demons in Chiefs football history that might break records in Xavier Worthy. Now, that's going to be exciting. Okay, let's jump back over to the desktop and have a look at what this man has done in college. So here is we're on the University of Texas website, and there's just a few things that I want to mention here. First of all, they did overstate his height, 6'1" and 172, 5'11" and 165. They like to fluff that up to intimidate people. But there's a few stats here that I want to mention. Here's one, 26 career touchdowns. That's significant, guys. He also played in 39 games, okay? Started in 39 games. Started. And this is the skinny guy at 165 pounds, so that says he has durability. Now, I know this is the NFL. It's not going to be like NCAA football, but for a guy at 165 to start 39 games and no significant injuries throughout his college career, that means this dude has got some durability. Okay, so he ranks fourth all-time in career receiving yards with 2,755. His last, I can't remember if it was the last season or the second to the last where he had the 1,000-yard receiving season. And so 16.9 yards per reception in 2023. So that broke a record That was the best that we ever saw in Texas program history. So that's exciting. I like what I'm seeing here. Now, let's just jump over and see what we have going on in the Chiefs receiver room, and some points that I want to make about that. Why I'm even more excited now, just looking at this list of receivers. So we got Rashee Rice listed here. We got Marquise Brown, of course. Here's Xavier Worthy. And then look at this, guys. We're going to be able to have Justin Watson help to cover the center of that field while Rashee Rice is gone, because Justin Watson has the speed and he's tough. He can run over that middle. And let's not forget, we still have Kadarius Toney, who can be used on jet sweeps, short routes, short field. I think they're going to use him in the short to mid because he can juke like Barry Sanders. He can break the ankles. So if he can stay off of Instagram, we might see him contribute. All right, so what else here? Let's see. We still have some receivers that have yet to be proven. Sky Moore, is he going to contribute this year? How about Justin Ross? How about Nico Remigio? Who's going to be the wild card? I want you to post in the comments. Let me know. Out of these three guys, well, let's add Kadarius. Vote in the comments and let me know who you think, besides our obvious starters and contributors, who's going to be the dark horse. Is it going to be Kadarius Toney? Will it finally be a breakout for Sky Moore? Will we see Justin Ross finally get his day to shine? Or will it be Nico Remigio? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious to see what your opinion is. Man, oh man, I tell you what, I'm just so excited. I'm beside myself. Okay, so that's all we got for this edition. Scott's going to come back on the next show and talk more about the draft. He's going to cover not just the receivers, but everyone else that was picked. And then I probably will come back and talk more about the defensive backs. And then we'll do some more updates as we learn more about what these receivers are doing. Now, we did hear that Rashee Rice, even though he's in trouble, he has still been practicing with Patrick Mahomes down in Texas. So he's not planning on going anywhere soon. All right. Well, until the next edition, I would absolutely love it if you would like, comment, and subscribe to the Family Sports Network. And until the next video, this is Carlton, and I am out.